Hey, so I posed a question, and and the question is that how many of us can say that we truly trust God? I'm gonna say that again. How many of us can say that we truly trust God and trust Him in a way that we don't have to be in panic mode? Trust Him in a way that we don't have to allow anxiety to overrule us. Trust Him in a way that we continue to do what it is to prepare today for when that time and that moment for Him to deliver what we've asked Him for to be manifested. Trust Him in a way that no matter how things may go awry, that our faith leads us and our faith tells us that everything that goes away shall be replaced. Trust Him in a way that no matter what comes and what goes and what comes, that it's going to be okay. One of the things that I brought up in that last video was the fact that we have to get, for me, I have to return back to my understanding of how I perceive God. And I know for a long time that I was basing God upon man's standards. And it's not the same, first and foremost, because He is who He say He is, first and foremost. And secondly, because, man can only be man because it's based off of experiences. It's based off of what has happened. It's based off of their understanding. And so have a tendency of letting us down, having a tendency of not wanting to be bothered, having a tendency of just being who and what they are. And so they have that right though. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, and so, but not only, also, I want to mention, you know, I say trust because many of us believe in a sense or know who God is, but to believe to the point to where and and trust Him that as we see everybody else living their lives that they've worked hard for and and they've asked Him for, to believe and trust that we too are worthy of that we too are good enough, great enough to have everything that we've asked Him for. And so oftentimes, so this message is that we'll pray and we'll meditate and we'll ask, and yet when things, the first sign of trouble, the first sign that things are happening, whatever, that fear creeps in, insecurity creeps in, anger creeps in. We go back to our old ways. And so trust to the point to where no matter what is happening, that I am going to continue to prepare myself and I'm going to continue to ready myself, even in the midst of all of that. So when that time comes, and so when that time for Him, the God for us to take us, and we arrive at that land of milk and honey, that we're ready. Folks go to school for 2, 4, 6, 8 years for the careers and for the lives that they want, that they desire, preparing. So even in the midst of all of that, and so everything that you've gone through has only prepared you for this very moment. And so even in the midst of all of that, that to know that with all confidence and assurance that even in the midst of all of that transformation, and that we are preparing ourselves today, that when we arrive there, that we'll be ready. And so as He's bringing us out of fear, as He's bringing us out of insecurity, as He's bringing us out of doubt, as He's bringing us out of insecurity, as He's bringing us out of worry, as He's bringing us out of abuse, as He's bringing us out of living paycheck to paycheck, as He's bringing us out of all of these things. And so we have to know through our faith of who He is. That if He said, and if He showed it, and if He's revealed it to us, that He's going to deliver.